The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Elias Stone, a human cleric.
I'm Connor Shenold. I play Sable, a half-elf rogue.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play August E. Graymore, a human fighter.
I'm Carrie Hester, and I play Moxie, a Tiefling Bard.
And I'm Brooke Bullock, your DM. Please join us as we explore the curse of the Clockwork City. In a very unconventional way of exploring and engaging with guards and the structure of this fishery, our party has not only split themselves, but then split again, amazingly finding great success. August and Elias have defeated the guardians of the front room as I move deeper into the fishery, following a trail of open doors left them by Sable, perhaps? Meanwhile, Sable is on his way to answer the surprise call of fear or panic from Moxie, who is upstairs at the top level of this fishery. She has just opened the door, peeked inside, and seen numerous pallets with small little shapes on them in the dark, children sleeping, and a Deinonychus dinosaur, a clawfoot, has lunged at her, just missing, snapping her right in the face. Moxie then retaliated with a firebolt, but missed, and we find ourselves at the top of that engagement.
And I did not set the room on fire, right?
No, you did not set the room on fire.
I didn't
luckily.
critically fail, I just regular failed.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn if you want to do something.
Yeah. Kids are in trouble. I gotta save them. Does the door open into the room?
The door does open into the room.
Towards the wall, I assume towards...
Yeah, it actually opens toward the dinosaur, so you would put the
So if I open the door all the way, I could kind of block him for a second.
You could use it as a shield, presuming it can't just come around the corner of it. But presumably.
It buys me 5 feet of
It does. It does indeed.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open the door, keep some weight on it, some strength on it, in case it tries to push back on it, I guess, and walk into the room so that it's me, my right hand on the door, holding the door open, Dinosaur on the other side of the door, and then I'm going to also say, hey Sable, little help! Emotionally prepare yourself for a dinosaur, I think? Then go ahead and step 5 more feet into the room so that I am kitty corner, but I'm not leaving the dinosaur's attack range so that I don't get attack of opportunity. Turn and grab my dagger out of my belt, which you'll remember, dear listeners, I grabbed off the bar 4 episodes ago, and try to stab this dinosaur.
Okay.
And I rolled an 18, so 22.
Oh yeah, you do indeed.
4 damage.
Ooh, yeah, that's very good. You basically slash it maybe on the neck, enough to definitely cause it bleed.
Offhand punch it.
Yeah, offhand punch it. I could do 1 extra damage.
Go ahead.
13.
That is just what you need to connect.
So I stab it with my right hand, and then I bring my left hand around for a hook for 1 damage.
For 1 point of damage. this basically 5-foot-tall velociraptor thing, hisses at you, and then lunges forward with a bite. 16?
Yep, trying to hit 13.
Very good. 4 points of damage with the bite. And then one of its claws, bounced off my pencil from a 20 to an 8. Sable, you clearly hear.
Emotionally prepare yourself for a dinosaur, I think?
My regular movement is 35. So I'm going to dash.
35 movement takes you to the base of the stairs and then up to the top of the stairs. You're at the door.
I forgot to ask you, is this dinosaur chained to the floor?
Make me a perception check.
18.
Yeah, there is a chain that is around its neck, kind of draped down behind it.
And can we have moved also?
Of course, yes, indeed.
Because I've got 30 feet of movement. I'll dash as well. I'm down the steps and then almost all the way across the room with August is right behind me.
Yes. So from one of the upper rooms where Sable basically assassinated this orc, you guys come down those stairs across the room with this big room with a vat. It smells in here, very stinky, almost enough to make your eyes water, not enough to be any type of mechanical thing. And you make it all the way to the north third of the room. There is in the floor a hole that leads right down to the water below. And then these stairs going up, Sable is at the top of those stairs and Moxie is inside there. There's some type of action going on, you guys know. Let's all roll for initiative, just to kind of reset, since we're all together again finally.
19.
25.
19.
I got a 6.
A
What did you?
6.
A 12.
So, top of the initiative order, we have Sable. You have opened this door, and there is a door between you and a dinosaur. Moxie is 5 feet right in front of you.
So is the door kind of blocking me from?
It is roughly. You
Okay.
feel like it probably could reach around the door.
Yeah, I'd like to step a little bit further, squeezing in between Moxie
Sure.
and the dino. I would like to make a stab with my rapier. 24 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, I get my sneak attack because Moxie is right there. Max damage, 17
Oh my goodness.
damage.
Again, you plunge this rapier right into the chest of this beast. Undoubtedly, it would have killed a human. Very serious damage.
And then I hit with my rapier, so my dagger attack is made at advantage. 14?
That's exactly what you need.
Okay. 1.
1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
They're, they got scales. They're harder than regular flesh. So
Yeah.
that brings us to August E. Graymore down in the room below.
Now, is the door open?
The door is starting to close.
Let's go dash to get in there.
Okay.
Put me smack in the middle.
Squeezing, but you have the movement to get there.
Oh, did you want to be maybe 10 foot back? Because you have reach?
You know what? It's kind of like toying with them, so yeah, pull me back one.
If you do, I think that moves you out of its attack range. It might have an opportunity attack on you. But if it takes its opportunity attack, then it can opportunity attack Moxie.
Yep, that's where I want to be.
There you go. And it will try to
do it.
bite at you
Yeah.
as you go by. No, a natural 3. Swing and a miss.
Oh, now it's used.
It is now the creature's turn. It is going to attack at the people in front of it. Odds or evens?
Evens.
It's odds. It goes after Sable. And misses with a bite attack and misses with the claw. Oh, my 2 natural 5s. And it is now Moxie's turn.
I would like to take a step back and then take another step back. So I'm standing right at the foot of the closest pallets to the door.
There you go.
And now I'm at range. Moxie looks at the fiercely bleeding bite wound in her side, looks up at the dinosaur. I really liked this short. I got it on sale, and now it's ruined. Try to firebolt it with a 24. Max damage, 10 fire damage.
And this thing just takes a blast right in the face and just falls over dead. By the way, now the children are up there starting to scream and mumble and cry, and the whole back wall is full of kids.
It's okay. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna get you all somewhere safe. Hi, my name is Moxie. I'm friends with Deke and Liza. We're gonna get you out of here. You don't gotta gut any more fish, boys and girls.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I got a 19.
Oh, yeah. Their attitude starts to change just a little bit. Instead of fear and, oh my gosh, what's going on? There's that little murmur of like, no more fish.
No more fish?
D, he's alive. So, very good.
Now that the kids are calm, I'd like to kind of look over them and... Are y'all seeing any kobolds around here?
Roll me a percentile die.
41.
There goes a little bit of a murmur, a little bit back and forth, and then one thin girl with dark straight hair and brown eyes that just, you can tell they have a perceptiveness about themselves. They probably don't miss anything. She says, yeah.
You know where they like to stay?
They don't stay. They come and go. They're checking on the eggs.
Eggs? Where you got the eggs at?
So, Kogan keeps them.
Kogan?
Yeah,
Is that in this building?
I think so.
Okay. So we're gonna get you out of here. Do you know any special fun places to hide here?
This stocky boy with short cropped blonde hair, he's got a really bad chipped tooth, but he's got blue eyes that are very sharp, very observant. He says, there's a secret room somewhere.
Exciting. Do you know where it's at?
No one knows where it is. You don't come back if you go to the secret room.
Well, I'm sure that was the case when Boo or Giggles were here, but they're not here anymore.
The thin girl with the dark hair and the big brown eyes, she says, what about Kogan?
We need to find Kogan.
There's a murmur among the
So
kids.
if y'all know a secret room, maybe you should tell us.
And then the kid with the chipped tooth says, I don't know where it is, so it's secret.
All right.
What I think we should do is go back downstairs. There's more areas that we might be able to look into. But what are we going to do with the kids in the meantime? Do we keep them here?
Keep them here.
All right.
We're gonna be a moment, kids. You stay here. If anything happens, scream real loud, okay? We'll come running.
Okay.
We're gonna lock you in here for a bit. We'll be back.
You don't want to lock us in. We don't want to be locked down. So.
I look for the biggest kid.
Yeah.
The oldest kid.
Okay. That appears to be this girl with wiry, messy auburn hair, of course, and bright green eyes.
Lila.
It is Lila. You,
Yes.
time out. You, good sir, have just won yourself what we might call a gear of fate.
Excellent.
It's a little bonus thing that we can do, and then you can use it whenever you want to roll for advantage. You can accumulate them, keep them, hang on to them if you want to, and then if you have 5 of them, you can cash those in for like a nat 20 or something like that if you want to. Here is the first gear of fate.
So I'm going to go up to Lila, because I know it's Lila. And I'm going to say, you're Lila, right?
Yeah.
I know Deke and Eliza. And
Deke's not dead?
no, they are safe. And we're going to take you back to the orphanage. But Lila, what I need you to do for me right now.
Yeah.
Okay? I need you to take care of these kids.
Okay.
We're going to go downstairs and finish up the things we need to do to make sure you get out safely and they never do this to you again. Do you understand me?
Okay.
All right.
Where's Thomas? Where's
Tomas? He's
Yeah.
not here?
No.
Lila, does he work in the night crew?
No. And then Mara, the girl with the dark straight hair and the big brown eyes, who doesn't seem to miss anything, she says, they took Tomas to the secret room earlier today.
Okay, well, we're gonna find Tomas, don't you worry. Lila, I got a secret job for you. It's a very special job. I guess it's not secret because I'm telling everybody, but it's a very special job. I'm gonna give you this key, and you're gonna stand outside the door, and we're gonna lock the door. So everybody in here is gonna be safe, and you're gonna be extra brave for me, okay?
I can do that.
You definitely can. I'm confident in you. And you're gonna stand right here next to the door with the keys. And if we don't come back in 2 hours, can you count 2 hours, you think?
Yeah, sure.
Then you're gonna let everybody out and you guys are just gonna make a run for it.
What if Giggles comes by?
Giggles is not gonna come by, I can assure you of that. Right, August?
No, Giggles will not be coming by.
One of the other kids says, what about Boo?
Children, you're gonna stay here, you're gonna guard the door, they ain't gonna bother you, but if we don't come back in 2 hours, then you're gonna get everybody out of here. If somebody does come and bother you, you're gonna scream as loud as you possibly can. Does that sound like a deal?
I can scream. Do you want to hear me scream now?
Not, we're gonna test it. I don't want you to waste it. We're gonna save it. Okay. And then after that, we're gonna get everybody back. We're gonna go to the siren song where Deacon Elisa and a whole bunch of your other friends already are. We're gonna have some stew, a bath, and we'll get everybody home tomorrow. How does that sound?
So as they're talking, can I look around in this room and then also in the room downstairs? See any potential secret passageways?
So you head back downstairs, and maybe the entire group does that. Maybe you guys start looking.
As soon as we get out of eye line of Lila, Moxie is gonna lean against the wall and just breathe. I have 2 hit points. He's just gonna breathe.
Oh no!
So Sable, seeing Moxie kind of lean against the wall, reaches into his pocket. I got something for you, Mox. Here you go. And hands over the vial of healing potion.
As a business owner, how casually aware of healing potions would I be?
I think healing potions, people know they exist.
Okay.
They're there. They are indeed a common item.
I would say I owe you one, but I think you'd take it too literally, and is gonna pop the cork and just shoot that back.
There you go.
So 5 plus 2 is 7, which gets me at full deck.
Do you want to clear this out or go that way?
Go that way. My thought for that is I know I see that extra tab that's by the room where the kids were at, but from my scoping out, we had that little gravel area that did go to another building. So I'm thinking it'd be more of a bigger building than...
So you're thinking going to that door right there?
Yeah.
Okay, well there's that door.
Okay, back in the large room with the stinky vat, we go back to the stairs that Sable went up originally, and at the bottom of those stairs is a door, and that's the door that we're open.
And go and check that for traps.
Yeah.
That's the door that Sable's checking for traps before we
And I give you a guidance on investigation.
Okay. I don't know where everybody else is around me. I will stealth up to that door.
Alrighty.
Stealth is a 25, and my investigation is a 19.
Doesn't appear to have any type of trap mechanism or anything on it. And you can unlock it from this side.
I'll use my thieves' tools. A 13.
Yes, that's enough. It's very easy to see, oh, I slide this, I turn that.
Once again, very slowly and cautiously open the door.
You open this door in the far southwest corner of the building, and it opens out onto a walkway that is much more stable than the one on the north side of the building that you came in, right? And there's a ramp that goes up, angled up about 15 feet, connecting that to the land. There is a wooden pier-like aspect there that then connects onto gravel, and there's what you thought was a loading dock kind of area that's all graveled in. And this wooden area on the southwest corner is over the water, and then it connects back onto the shoreline with the gravel.
As we all kind of go up there, can we make a perception check to see if there's anything special about this? Any kind of...
Yeah, if Elias wants to walk up the ramp, can.
I'm going to give myself guidance on that as I'm looking around for perception, which is a nat 1. But with a 4 and a 5, it's a 10.
You certainly don't see anything that catches your eye. It just appears to be an outside loading dock. There is one cart that's like horse-drawn cart size, that would obviously be for transport perhaps, but there's nothing in it.
So I said that Moxie was catching her breath next to these barrels and boxes along the wall there, just casually looking. Is it fish stuff?
Most of them are empty, but they reek of fish, and they have a very crudely drawn fish shape on the outside of them.
Not really seeing anything out on the dock area. I'll go back in and...
Oh, Sable, I think there was a desk there that I didn't get a chance to check because I heard Moxie.
Yeah, let's go back further into...
Back into where we killed Giggles, stepping over the body of Boo.
Yeah.
Back up the stairs, past the vat of stuff, into the room where Sable killed Boo, the big half-orc, back into the front room where they first encountered Giggles and the rats. And there are 2 doors there.
And there's a desk there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you guidance on investigation to see if you can find anything in this desk.
I'll check the desk out. 13.
Nope. It appears to be unused for some time. Maybe it's almost here for like appearances.
Oh, Giggles. It came with the room, and Giggles just decided not
I don't
to-
think they use that. Let's check some of these doors.
I'll check B.
August goes over, opens the door on the very north side of the room there, opens that up, and inside you see 2 beds that are there, some furnishings and stuff, 1 chest that is there in the room. Very much for the hired help, you can tell.
Maybe this is where they were sleeping. Let's take a poke at this chest here.
And it's not locked.
I will lift the lid with my halberd.
There you go. And inside is a small collection of mostly junk trinkets.
Maybe like this is a random assortment of stuff from people on the street.
Your brain knows exactly that's what this is.
So everything is basically worthless.
Yeah, the things that are worthless and not good enough to resell, but yet not necessarily totally trash.
Petty thieves.
And so the door on the west side of the room, go ahead and you open that, and it's a little narrow hallway. There's a door straight across from you, but then there's also a door to the right.
I'll check it for traps. Natural 20 for a 23.
Yes, there's definitely a trap here.
So sleight of hand to disarm the
Guidance.
28.
Yeah, these people and their very simple dart, poison dart mechanism traps, you're able to easily disarm
Okay.
that as well.
And then do I need to unlock it?
And it is locked as well, yes. You might have a key.
Moxie throws you the keys.
Okay, I'll catch the keys.
And it's easy to figure out which one that key is. You open it up, and there is, in this room, another desk, another chair. It looks much nicer than the others. There's also 2 big chalkboard-like things on the right-hand wall. All these chalk scrawlings of like numbers and names, and it looks like orders and inventory and things like that.
Sable pulls out a notebook and Curly starts like scrawling down all this. I'm gonna write it in, I believe there should be like a written form of like thieves can't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To where it's like kind of shorthand.
Yeah.
As I'm kind of looking at it, is it in Orcish? Is it in another language?
It's just written in common.
Okay, but nothing that we can understand really from it.
It very much seems businessy things, but if you want to make me some type of check for that, maybe an insight.
15.
There's something chewing at the back of your brain. You can't quite figure it out, but like, I don't know, maybe it's like the way every 5th letter's underlined, or maybe there's the weird capitalization happening. You can't quite figure it out, but there's something about what's written on the board that it's more than just what's written on the board.
But you've got it all written down, right? So we can look at it later.
I've got it written down.
What is this written on?
On like blackboard type things on the wall in chalk.
I need to figure it out here.
Yeah, realizing that there's a little bit more of a code to it, I assume that you mention it. Can I have another attempt at taking a look at it now, knowing that there's some type of code to it?
Yeah, roll again.
Isn't it odd how some of the letters are bigger than the others? And
Yeah, that is weird.
You know what? Bardic.
Ooh.
Add a d6.
Modified 20.
Oh, right. It's starting to put some things together here. There's obviously a couple of names. Sable, you recognize the coded name of a noble house that's in there. Can't quite figure out, unless you guys wanted to wait and take lots of time, but there's definitely names and other things hidden inside these orders.
Okay, I want to check out that desk.
You bet.
Just open it up and see what I can find.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Investigation or perception?
Investigation, probably.
Excellent. 16.
How much is written on these boards? Like if I were to write it down letter for letter, would it take me more than 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah, it'd probably take you about 15.
Because I'm
15
not
minutes.
really doing anything right now.
Yeah.
Do I see the name Hogain in it that the kids were
Oh,
saying?
that the kids were talking about? No, Kogan,
Okay.
you don't see that name.
Okay.
am I starting to see names in it?
Yes, so you do.
Do I see anything that looks like the church or any of its...
No, you don't necessarily notice that along those lines, but you do catch the idea of putting together words, and maybe it's like too Matrix Cody. Maybe you're making stuff up, but you definitely see city guard.
I'm going to point that out. Sable, see here, city, and here is guard. The next word is, over here it's city. The next word is guard.
In this other column, yeah.
You think City Guard had a hand in this? I mean, not surprising if they did.
I haven't really looked at it. Are we rolling intelligence, insight, perception?
Insight, most people.
I haven't rolled insight.
Nat 20, so 23.
Moxie is hearing these people talk, right?
And I'm a business person. I'm like, that's not an inventory list.
Kind of, having some clues of different things going on, not a business list. And it is very clear that something is moving from the fishery through channels in the city guard to this noble house.
Something devious, we can assume, if they're coding it. Here's what I can tell you. I'm looking at this list. This ain't inventory. I know what inventory looks like. I just did it last week. It takes me hours anyway. So it looks like something is coming to the fishery. We can assume something not perfectly legal if they're hiding it in code. And then the city guard, or at least parts of the city guard, are helping move it to some kind of hoity-toities up in the Noble District.
Did you ever learn from Deke what they were actually doing here, the kids?
So Deke was on the team that was just doing the fishes. He wasn't special enough to be on the night crew, but we just put a bunch of kids.
Right, but now we do have a bunch of kids from the night crew up
at
there.
at my bar.
And once we get up these other
At the
kids, we
swamp.
might be able to do it. My only problem right now is the fact that we have not found this secret room that they were talking about.
Yeah, we need to look around a little more for that secret room. We're running out of places here to look for it, unless...
There was that pit in
Wondering.
the other room, but that seemed to lead to those shocks. Or might have led to the shocks.
There's no, windows that look down into that room, is there?
There are 2 windows behind the desk that look down into that room. They're fairly smudgy, but you can see through them if you take time to look.
Since we walked past the water, is there a gap before you hit water? Or is it the water kind of up?
And Moxie's intelligence is...
0.
So it's a 10?
Yeah, it's a 10.
Oh, you just can't recall if there was any spacing there between there or not.
Because Deke said watch your toes.
So these are windows, and they literally look down into a room.
Let's go back out of this room and then go to that door that's on the west.
Right before we do that, we need to circle back around to your investigation of the desk. Right? And in that desk, you find a small ledger. There are lists of names, and they're under categories of various temples and hospitals. Each page has a list, and they appear to be workers, doctors, things like this. And you're looking down through this list, and you see a very familiar name, Iris Stonecipher, your friend from the orphanage when you grew up, that said, look you up here when you get here to Ironspire.
Does it look like that's somebody who's working for them or somebody who...
Several of the names have been crossed out as if they're going through the list. Hers is not crossed out yet.
Find something, Elias?
I did. Well, an old friend of mine from when I stayed at the Calamera orphanage, she's a doctor here also in Ironspire. And I'll show you the list. Does anyone recognize any of these other names that have been crossed off this list? Are they going to try and kill her?
We are townies.
Yeah, you guys can roll if you want to. Maybe history? Just your history of town.
God, 3.
17.
Modified 20.
Yeah, these are definitely prominent, either clerics or physician healers, mundane healers from various places around town.
Specifically on the names that are crossed out, do we know of any deaths?
You don't recall anything suspicious with these particular people being alive or dead, but I'm not sure if that would really cross your knowledge base. But you haven't heard of anything. You haven't heard of any unsuspected deaths with healers in town.
I haven't heard anything about any of these names. I mean, I'm vaguely familiar with some of them, but...
I just don't know why all these other names are crossed off and not hers.
I think we would know if this many people in town were being murdered, so I wonder if they're just being robbed.
Or maybe they're being brought over to their side.
Possibly. Propositioned in some way.
Let's go check out that door that's outside here.
Right.
So August goes over to that hallway door, and how do you open it? Boldly, cautiously?
Oh, why not? Yeah, I will reach down to the knob, give it a turn.
Yep, it's unlocked.
Take a step back and push it open with the halberd.
There you go. And as you do that, you open that door and it just opens up into empty space, like a 10-foot, 12-foot drop to the big room down below with the vat and the pit and the hole in the floor.
Well, this is a dead end, almost literally.
Sable, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but Deke said if we enter in below to watch our toes for the sharks. So maybe there's something in on or around the water hole down below. I don't remember when I walked past it earlier.
Maybe. All right. I will go back to the chopping room. Is there still some, like, fish guts around?
It's as clean as it's gonna be. Like, they didn't leave it all messy, but it's, it's...
I mean, still remains of stuff there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up a handful and head down to the pit.
Okay, very good. So pick up some chum, go down into the room with the big vat and then the hole in the floor and the pit. When you get there, you can see it's open at the top where you guys are standing. Kind of, if anyone has nerves, then it would make you a little nervous about falling down into the water. Down below, it does have wooden slats, wooden walls that are on the sides of it, making like a little shaft. And then it's open down below that.
So there's rafters almost below it? Stuff that you could get down and hold on to, cling on to?
It's pretty slick. It'd be a very dangerous climb.
How far down is the water?
So it's about 15 feet down to the water, and the shaft part, it looks to be about 10. It's just above the water.
I would like to tie off some rope. What seems more like stable in this room?
There's the supports for the stairs that are there behind you to the north. You could maybe hook around one of those pillars. It'd take about 15 feet of rope, and then you'd still... It's a classic 50-foot rope.
I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll tie off a rope to the end of that and drop it down, tie it around my waist, and go.
This fish gut scrapings that you had, did you just have those in your hand? Did you throw them in like one of your pouches? Did you drop it on the floor?
So I've got...
Don't drop it in the hole.
No. I got a pouch that they're in right now. And so I go over the side, and can I catch myself on the beam that's down there?
Yeah, so it's just kind of an empty shaft that's there, but you could like use the rope in your feet to like do like a rappel thing if you wanted to. So yeah, you can make a climb check if you want.
Can I do acrobatics?
Yes.
21.
Roll me also a perception check.
A 14.
Okay, so you are climbing down, don't seem to have any trouble climbing down with that, but the wall of the shaft that you're using as your feet to rappel down with, it feels spongy, like it's not a solid wall in a way. And it goes down, like we said, about 10 feet or so, and then there's the water line about 5 feet below that.
Watch your toes.
Taking a moment, listening into the water, looking down on it. Is it very still, or is it kind of moving with like waves?
It's got that gentle roll of like the evening surf. Like it's very gentle, a very protected bay that we're in.
Sable, did you find anything unusual down there?
The walls feel a little spongy. Yeah.
Can I look at the wall where he's pointing?
Yeah, you could like lay down maybe and like lean over the edge.
Can I give myself guidance and
Sure.
perception check? 20.
This wall is on rollers.
Sable, that wall you had, it rolls, it moves. Try moving it over to the side.
I'll make an attempt.
Roll probably like a strength, I guess. Push them with your feet maybe. Like kind of slide it sideways.
Couldn't Bardic give me rolls back? Yeah, do you want it? Okay, last Bardic of the day though, so don't get in trouble.
Well, that solidly makes it a 13.
You know from your experience it's locked or barred. Like you can feel it, like it'll move, but something's blocking it. It's like locked.
There has to be a way that they got down there pretty regularly. Can I start looking around in the boxes, barrels, and everything for like some kind of ladder that hooks over the side or like...
Or a latch of some kind to undo it. Something that...
There you go. Anyone who wants to try to troubleshoot this problem, go ahead and roll me a wisdom check.
16.
16.
19.
8.
This feels like there should be a room there, like underneath, below there. But Moxie, you're right. There's got to be an easy way to get in here. And there was a little space you guys came through with footprints, but then no other footprints afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Back into the antechamber.
The very little tiny 5-foot door you guys came in.
Hey, that's why we never saw the kobolds. They were checking on the eggs The kobolds never leave the little antechamber. I bet there's a switch in there. She'll go back into that little...
And I'm going to go in with you, give you guidance, and help you check.
Go ahead, roll D20 and let's do a little bit of perception.
Do I get advantage because he's helping me?
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking.
The two of us are just kind of going across the wall and...
A dirty 20.
There is the door that you and Sable came in this little 5-foot square of space, and the door that then goes into this other room that's there. And you notice that the door to your right, there is indeed a little secret switch right there. And if you push on it, that door slides open, exposing stairs going down.
Red Dirt D&D Curse of the Clockwork City is Brooke Bullock as our Dungeon Master, Kiri Hester as Moxie, Connor Shenold as Sable, Johnny Payne as August E. Graymore, and I'm Michael Cross as Dr. Elias Stone. Our theme music comes from Ovani Sound. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of Jeffrey McBride, Monument Studios, Describe.com, and TabletopAudio.com. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by ST Way Gaming. You can find us at reddirtdnd.com. If you are enjoying Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we discover more secrets in the Clockwork City.